How do you know if you have a rare, normal looking coin? In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to make sure you aren't missing any rare, normal looking coin worth potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. Welcome back to Old Money Prices. If this is your first time here and you want to learn more about rare coins and paper money, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. Let's jump right into the video. First, we have a bicentennial quarter. Now, you want to look out for the 40% silver composition coin. So typically these quarters are only going to be worth their face value of 25 cents, but if you have a 40% silver type, it could be worth at most $10 to $15. So that's great. And the way you look for these coins is you look at the edge of the coin, and if you see that it looks like this, it's mostly silver, that's going to mean you have a 40% silver coin. So keep an eye out for the 40% silver bicentennial quarters, because you could have a 25-cent coin that's actually worth at least $10. Next, we have an undated Lincoln Memorial cent struck 50% off center on a clad Roosevelt dime graded by NGC, a mint state 67. So don't be alarmed if you ever find something like this in your collection. It is not damaged. Do not throw it away, because this coin can be worth thousands of dollars. Like this one sold for $7,637. So this is a mint error, and in the minting process it was struck about 50% off center, and this is an error. You see that there's a Lincoln cent, and also it was struck on the Roosevelt dime. So somehow during the minting process this went through again and it got struck twice, and that's why this coin sold for this much money. This is a 2004 25-cent Wisconsin state quarter with extra high leaf, graded by PCGS, a mint state 67. So on these quarters you can see the corn stalk in this area either has an extra high leaf, an extra low leaf, or no leaf at all. So the extra high leaf, like this one, is the scarcer variety. It's harder to come by and it's going to be worth more money. Typically you don't see any leaf here at all, but a low leaf is still good. But look at these comparisons and keep an eye out for the extra high leaf, because this coin sold for $2,280. Just imagine finding a quarter in your spare change and finding one of these and it being worth this much money. Here we have a 1976 $1 type 1 bicentennial dollar overstruck on a 1976 bicentennial quarter graded by NGC, a mint state 64. So I love these type of errors. They are so interesting and so cool to find out in circulation. It is challenging to find something like this, but you have to understand that most people that come across something like this are not really going to know what they have. They may think this is some sort of damage and they may throw it away. I would say if you find anything like this, it's better to hold on to it to make sure you have something that's valuable, because this error coin sold for $28,200. This coin is amazing and it brought so much money. So this is an undated 25-cent Washington quarter that was struck twice on the reverse die. So that means that the reverse die came down twice on this coin somehow. That means, you got it, that this coin has no front. It has two backs. It has two reverses. And it was graded by NGC, a mint state 66. This is an incredibly rare error coin. If you see any coin that has an error like this where the back is on the front and the back of the coin, you found something that's incredibly valuable. Make sure you take this coin to someone that you trust, someone that's not going to scam you and rip you off, because this coin sold for $41,976. I could not imagine finding a quarter and it being worth this much. I have found some quarters out in circulation that are rare, but nothing to this extent. It is possible, but you have to be constantly searching through your spare change to come across something like this. Here's one of my favorite double die obverse coins. This is a 1955 Lincoln cent graded by PCGS, a mint state 65 red. Now remember, the highest grade we can get in grading is 70, so that's only 5 points away from that perfect grade. Combine that with the 1955 doubling happening in Liberty, the 1955 date, and In God We Trust. You can see it's a very dramatic strike that came down twice on this coin. So any sort of doubling that you see typically is not going to be this dramatic, but because this one has such a very obvious doubling, this coin sold for $35,650. Here we have a 1909 SVDB 1 cent coin graded by PCGS, a mint state 67 red. Big thing here on these coins is the back bottom center of the coin. You will see VDB. Those are the initials of the original engraver of this coin, and that makes this coin very valuable, combined with the fact that it is from 1909 and the San Francisco Mint, which is designated with the S letter under the date there. Because this coin graded so highly, an incredible 67, that made this coin sell for $94,000. This is an interesting one. So here we have a 2000p $1 Sacagawea dollar that was accidentally muled on a Washington statehood quarter, graded by NGC, a mint state 67. So what happened here was the front of the coin was minted, and then the back of the coin was accidentally minted with the Washington statehood quarter. So essentially you have the front of one coin and the back of another coin. You have two different coins on one coin, which is very incredible. This coin sold for $102,000. Here we have a 1969 S 1 cent Lincoln Head penny graded by PCGS, a mint state 64 red. Now immediately you should be able to tell that there is doubling happening on the front of the coin in God We Trust, Liberty, and the date. Combine that with the fact that this graded so highly by PCGS, you typically don't find this 1969 penny in this high of a grade. Guys, this coin sold for $126,500. So please, if you have a 1969 penny that looks like this, it has doubling. Even if it doesn't have doubling, but it's in a high grade, it's still going to be worth good money. So keep an eye out. Don't let these things go by you in your spare change. You do not want to miss out. Here we have a 1943 1 cent penny struck on a bronze planchet graded by NGC in AU, meaning almost uncirculated 55 with a CAC sticker. So during the war, during this period, the type of materials needed to mint coins was actually needed for ammunition. So they needed to use certain metals for coins. Every 1943 penny that you see should not be struck on a bronze planchet like this. This is an error coin. All 1943 pennies should be struck on a steel planchet, but this one accidentally got struck on a bronze planchet, and this is a very iconic coin. So if you ever see a 1943 penny that looks like this, you could have something that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, because this one sold for $240,000. That subscribe button, it really does help out with the YouTube algorithm. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you in the next video.